Picture this. Gigantic metallic doors swing open in Emirates Hills, Dubai's most exclusive neighborhood. The kind of place where billionaires hide from other billionaires. The first thing you see isn't a chandelier, not a marble staircase, not a butler in a pressed uniform. It's a tree. A massive banyan tree grows right in the middle of the house, branches spreading across the ceiling like veins, leaves cascading down like a jungle canopy. And underneath it, a swing. A grown man sits on it, red and black shirt unbuttoned halfway, legs dangling. No urgency on his face. He doesn't get up to greet you, doesn't extend a handshake, just sits there swinging, like a king on a throne made of chains and wood. "This is Mahesh Tourani. This house is just me," he says, finally standing. Judge, jury, executioner. Sounds arrogant, but spend 5 minutes inside this $55 million mansion, and you'll realize something. He's not bragging, he's just telling the truth, where billionaires come to disappear. Before we go deeper into this mansion, you need to understand where it sits. Emirates Hills isn't just a neighborhood, it's a fortress. Named after Beverly Hills, it's referred to as Dubai's old money enclave. Gated, guarded, completely cut off from the chaos of the city. The residents here don't want to be found, and they have the funds to ensure they aren't. Lakshmi Mittal lives here. The steel tycoon is worth over $23 billion. He recently purchased a villa for approximately $100 million. Formula One heiress Petra Ecclestone bought a $70 million home in the same community. The majority of residents are Indian high net worth individuals, tech founders, real estate moguls, people whose names you'd recognize if you followed the Forbes list. And then there's Mahesh Tourani. He didn't inherit his spot here. He didn't marry into it. He bought the 50,000 square foot villa at an auction. Original price? Around $4.6 million. Today, that same property is worth over $55 million. But Mahesh didn't just buy a house, he bought a canvas, and what he painted on it would make even his billionaire neighbors raise their eyebrows. The tree that shouldn't exist. Let's go back to that tree, because it's not just a design choice, it's a statement. When most people build a mansion, they think about chandeliers, crystal, gold leaf, the usual symbols of wealth. Mahesh thought about a banyan tree. He had it designed by Naturescape in the United States and installed by Rebecca Gurns, his Irish designer friend. The trunk? Artificial. So realistic that visitors reach out to touch it, convinced it's the real bark. The leaves? Actually real. Maintained. Alive. The whole thing rises from the center of the house as the mansion grows around it, like the tree was here first, and Mahesh just decided to build walls around it. People call it the treehouse now, he says. It's our wow factor. Why buy a chandelier for millions when you can do this? And that swing underneath it? That's where Mahesh sits. When he wants to think, when he wants to escape, when he wants to feel like a kid again, in a house that costs more than most people will earn in 10 lifetimes. I love swings, he admits. You'll find them scattered throughout the property, in courtyards, near pools, in corners you wouldn't expect. It's a strange detail for a $55 million mansion, almost childish. But that's exactly the point. The loneliest palace in Dubai. Here's something that might surprise you. This 50,000 square foot mansion has exactly one permanent resident. Mahesh Tourani. No spouse. No kids. No compromises. He's divorced. His adult son lives in another neighborhood. The staff, houseboys, 2 private chefs, a head of house named Felix, they manage everything. But they don't sleep here. When night falls over Emirates Hills, Mahesh is alone. 50,000 square feet, 12 entertainment zones. 3 private nightclubs. One man. This is a bachelor pad on fire, he says with a grin. No pink roofs, no yellow doors, just me. Some people might find that lonely. Mahesh finds it liberating, because every single inch of this house was built for one person's happiness. His. 12 worlds under one roof. Now let's talk about those 12 entertainment zones. The mansion contains 3 private nightclubs. Not 1, 3. Each is themed differently. Each is designed for a different kind of party. But that's just the beginning. Every room in this mansion is styled after a destination that inspired Mahesh during his travels. He went to Tuscany, fell in love with the light, the textures, the warmth, came home and built Tuscany inside his walls. He visited Bali, couldn't stop thinking about the serenity, the organic shapes, the connection to nature. Now there's a Bali room. Goa, Portugal, London. Every area is a postcard, he explains. Each corner tells a story. That's the only way I'd live. One room in particular has an incredible origin story. Mahesh was in London, sitting in the smoking area of 5 Hertford Street, one of the most exclusive private members clubs in the world. The kind of place where royalty mingles with rock stars. Something about that room hit him. The mood. the lighting, the way the textures made him feel. The next morning, he called Rebecca, flew her in from Ireland, and together, they recreated that exact atmosphere inside his Emirates Hills mansion. It's not copying, Mahesh insists. It's memory-making. He's not collecting rooms. He's collecting feelings, bottling experiences, building a house that contains every place he's ever loved. The philosophy written in stone. Here's where Mahesh's vision gets interesting. Most mansions scream, gold everywhere, bright whites, a crystal that catches light and throws it in your face. This mansion whispers. Imagine Armani's muted elegance meeting Japanese architectural philosophy, Mahesh explains. Combine that with Super Potato's stonework and banyan tree's essence. That's my home. Super Potato is a legendary Japanese design firm. They're famous for creating spaces that feel organic, natural, like they emerged from the earth rather than being built on top of it. Mahesh studied their work obsessively, then blended with the quiet luxury of Armani, the resort sensibility of banyan tree. The result? A mansion that feels expensive without trying to prove it. You'll never see a bright stone in this house, he says. That's deliberate. Even the granite has a story. It comes from quarries where most developers discard the material Mahesh specifically selected. Stones that were considered rejects, imperfect, unwanted. He saw beauty in them, had them carved into features throughout the property. There's a metaphor there, about seeing value where others see waste, about building something extraordinary from pieces the world discarded. But Mahesh doesn't dwell on metaphors, he just lives in the house he built. Gods and monsters at the door. At the entrance, two figures greet every visitor. A giant Buddha, serene, eyes closed, the embodiment of peace and spiritual detachment, and Medusa, serpent hair frozen in stone, the monster who turned men to stone with a single glance. Everyone thinks it's Versace, Mahesh notes, but I remind them, Medusa existed long before him. This duality runs through the entire mansion. Eastern philosophy meets Western mythology, calm balanced against chaos. Fire features are offset by cascading water walls, yin and yang, built in concrete and stone. It's not accidental. Nothing in this house is accidental. The empire behind the mansion. But here's the question everyone asks. Where did the money come from? Mahesh Tourani wasn't born into billions. His story starts with tragedy. He was supposed to go to Harvard, had the acceptance, had the dream mapped out. Then his father's health collapsed, and everything changed. He abandoned Harvard, joined the family textile business instead, a company called Wasamalls. The business was founded in 1950 and became one of the most respected trading houses in Dubai. Started with textiles, expanded into toys, then ready-made garments. At its peak, the company operated 17 retail stores across 5 Emirates. But Mahesh wasn't content with retail. He saw bigger opportunities. He pioneered hedge funds in the region, private equity, Brady bonds, emerging market debt, financial instruments that most people in Dubai hadn't even heard of yet. He was always 3 steps ahead, seeing patterns, exploiting inefficiencies, building wealth while others were still figuring out the rules. Today, he owns 50% of a US-based tech company in platform engineering. The clients? He won't name them, but he hints they're among the top 3 dream clients any technology company would want. I'm not a hustler, he says. Not a survivor. I'm a thriver. That distinction matters to him. Survivors react. Thrivers design. And Mahesh has been designing his life since the day Harvard slipped away, the moment everyone called him crazy. Long before Emirates Hills, Mahesh made a decision that shocked everyone who knew him. He became one of the first Indians to build a mansion worth over $2.7 million in Jumeirah. This was years ago, when other wealthy Indians were stopping at $1 million, playing it safe, building nice homes, not statements. Mahesh built a statement. Everyone said I had lost it, he recalls. But my thought was simple. I want to live a good life every day until I die. If I can't buy a great house, I'm going to build one. They called him crazy then. Now they call him the Great Gatsby of Dubai. Funny how that works. The math that reveals everything. Want to understand Mahesh Tourani in a single detail? Ask him how many bedrooms his 50,000 square foot mansion has. He'll laugh before answering. 5. 5 bedrooms. In 50,000 square feet. But 12 entertainment zones, 3 nightclubs, countless themed rooms, a treehouse in the middle of the living space. The ratio tells you everything about his priorities. I didn't want to build a family home, he explains. I wanted to build my forever fantasy. Most people design homes for other people, for spouses, for children, for guests who might judge them. Mahesh designed a home for himself, period. The price of paradise. The mansion sits on what real estate experts call the Golden Mile of Emirates Hills. Golf course views, lake frontage, direct sightlines to the Montgomery Championship course. Location matters in this neighborhood a lot. Even ordinary villas here sell for between $22 million and $33 million. Properties with golf or lake views? You need connections, timing, and a fair amount of luck. Mahesh had all three, but he'll tell you something else mattered more. If you're creative, money will come, he says. They have no choice but to come to you. A $55 million mansion, 12 party zones, 3 nightclubs, one man on a swing beneath a tree that shouldn't exist. That's the great Gatsby of Dubai, living proof that the ultimate luxury isn't what you own. It's designing a life entirely on your own terms. Subscribe and hit the bell. Next time, we're going inside another mansion you won't believe exists.